Look at that. That is the Rescue Thai soccer team and their coach. They're now out of the hospital speaking directly to the media for the first time. What was it like to be trapped in a cave underground for 18 days? They're getting so many questions, handling them so well. Let's bring in Asia correspondent Jonathan Miller live in Thailand. What are they saying, Jonathan?
Well, yeah, here you go. The wild boars alive and kicking and on stage and taking it in turns to recount this absolutely remarkable misadventure, which could have gone so badly wrong, but finally ended very happily indeed. They have been talking about how in hospital they watched the World Cup final and how they were supporting different teams. They've been talking about the food they want to eat. About one of them said apparently that he really was looking forward to eating some snake sausage. They've been talking about one of them said, I was really worried when we first got trapped because I thought my mum will get really, really mad at me. But I think all is forgiven. The mums and dads are very, very pleased to have them out. And the first to speak was this boy Adun, who is actually ethnic Burmese tribal minority being schooled by a Christian church over here in Thailand. And he was the one, because he spoke English, had the first encounter with the British divers when they went into the cave. Here's what he said.
We heard a human voice, so we want to rush to see them so that they can see us and give us help. When they got out from the water, I was a bit surprised, so I just greeted them. I thought this really miracle.
Well, a miracle indeed, an absolutely magic moment. And the boys, as I say, are taking it in turns now to speak. We've also had the assistant coach who initially was blamed for negligence in taking the boys down there. But he turned out to be a bit of a hero because he sustained the boys in this long sojourn in the cave. 9 days they were down there in the dark, completely alone, before they were first met by those rescue divers. And some of them took as long as 18 days to get out. Now the doctors from the hospital have declared the boys physically fit, mentally fit, which is great, but some child psychologists are slightly more wary of this because they look back at the example of the Chile miners. Do you remember those 8 years ago when they were rescued from deep underground after 69 days they were down there? But these were men who were used to being underground. These boys had ventured into the odd cave every so often. So, you know, the Chile miners, they're still suffering symptoms of post-traumatic stress years later. So I think to prejudge their mental fitness might be the wrong thing to do. What they are doing is being very careful to ensure that there is no media intrusion. And the first thing that boys are going to do after seeing their families at home is going off together on a very well-deserved vacation.